we definitely will bring a reform in terms of what we want to do in the future plans, not only in Putra Heights, but in relation of the entire Selangor per se, since I'm a representative for Selangor. So what I've been informed that there is detailed studies will be done in order for us to draft a policy to ensure this incident never repeat again. So on that note, we are definitely going to look into it. And thank you very much for all the other additional alternative policy that you have informed us, and I'll definitely try to bring it out this to the state government.
What is the solution have been provided to the victim? You say that you want to prevent the things from happen again, but then you do not have any black and white or any the professional report. We could say that or your any expert report on this. We don't want that the incident to sweep under the floor, like the solutions already being provided, or the matter already being solved, but it's yet never solved. To Mr. Prakash, my house is just next to a road away from the ground zero. Do you think that the house is safe to stay?
Two things have been done. One, in terms of what other steps has taken, we have started with the compensation, initial compensation from the government. Then subsequently we have started getting the information, and the state government have collected. For those who not able to stay there, we have given them a rental aid. On additional to that, those are some have signed an SST.
No rental.
Hold on, sir. Just give me a minute. The early stages there was a rental aid was given. Rental aid was given until phase 4, I believe, and then in the process there was a house has started to be repaired. Those who have signed the SST, the houses are started to be repaired by the Sime Darby Kitakon. And then now what happened that I was told that some of the houses are filed as civil suits. So there is a pending matters in court as well. In terms of the reports, I think there's 2 reports. First report has came out in terms of what is the cause of the breakout of the fire. Then what happened is the state government have called upon an independent body to do a second report, that inclusive of the experts and representative from both sides, the government and the opposition. I think I haven't received that report yet. What is the final report of that? If that report comes out, we will definitely share with the public. And in fact, I have been engaging with the public and all the residents every time where there is issues for them for me to resolve. That I have been doing every time. You can ask all the RAs what's happening. And in terms of compensation, I'm made to believe, or rather I've been informed that Petronas has opened up a website for claims to be put it in. So that claims for purpose of you to claim for your damages. There's 2 parts. You see, in laws, you have your compensation in terms of what you have incurred. So that definitely you are entitled for it, because either you can file by suit or you can file a claim through a Petronas. In the event they didn't pay, your options always you can go to court and redeem that damages that you have suffered. So that is as far as what has been done in my side, and also as far as the government is doing. In terms of policy, you are asking whether this is going to happen again. This is the question that we have asked in the day one. So what the government has now trying to do is to redraft, or rather re-look into the policies. What are the safety nets that we have to give to the residents and future development where the pipelines is going through. And I also have been informed that when our engagement with the residents and Petronas, I think we had about last year, last year, in the same day one, where Petronas was explaining to the residents what are the pipelines and where the pipelines is going through and what are the steps that's taken by them. So they have shown that they have gone through not only the pipelines going through the Putra Heights, but also the entire pipelines. They have run through a system in order to make sure the place is safe. So future, there's definitely going to be a report to come out with what are the right steps to be taken in order for us to save the place.
Back to your claim that the government is trying to help, you as our representative is trying to help us. So I'm actually one of the victims who are injured, and thank you very much for the initial aid. Our families, we received some aids. So those aids actually came unconditional. So we requested for that, and we received help in time, I think back in October. So after that, we were involved in a lawsuit, so as you mentioned. So, and right now, our neighborhood, we couldn't do anything to the house, like you say, because we didn't sign the SST. The SST came with a lot of conditions which are not favorable to us. So if that's the case, we are being pressured now by our community to repair our house as to not jeopardize other neighbors. So why can't the government help us by repairing our house for us unconditionally? Then we won't have the pressure, isn't it? Right? So right now, we have to deal with all our injuries. Right now, I still go for weekly treatments for myself, for my husband, for my son. We are working and we are still attending schools and everything, but we also have to worry for all this. How do I focus? I cannot carry on with normal life anymore. I hope you understand where we are coming from. The other thing is, you are asking us to repair our house, to go back to our house, but at the same time, you are doing evacuation drills here and there. My friend living in SS19, which is just next to the pipeline as well, they are being briefed how to evacuate. So is this safe? May I know what's the distance, what's the buffer for safe distance?
A choice is yours actually. If you want the government to repair, you have to sign an SST, because why? The government will help you in terms of what are the conditions. We have to be fair to everybody in terms of what are the... See, in the residents, that's many have signed, and that residents said, we want to be compensated by what our actual loss is, and we want to have our days in court. So we have to respect their views that they want to go to court and they want to make sure that the money is coming. See, in law there's two sides. One, you must say you shouldn't be having a double claim as well. If the government is repaired for you, you cannot be having a claim against Petronas or anything because it's already repaired. So in this note, you have to make a decision. If you want the government to repair, you have to sign the SST. Okay? So if it's not, then definitely your compensation will be in court. In terms of a pressure, it's not pressured by me, it's residents, because the problem is they are facing is because the houses is not repaired, there is a leakage of waters going into their house which has been repaired. So this is the predicament they are facing. You ask me whether I can repair and ask the government to repair. It's entirely up to you, because individually have their own rights in terms of to decide how their house going to be. So the first question is, the government willing to help? Yes. The second question is, are they going to repair as it is? So then they will say that no, we will give you a condition because it has to be uniform to everybody. What we repair for your neighbor, it's going to be yours. And then the third question is, do you have your rights in court? You file in court? Yes, the issue is that because you're going to ask for the same cost that you have losses in the court as well. Unconditional and conditional is matter of the law. It says that you can't have a double claim. So in that note, I think it's your choice. Your choice is want to go through court, go ahead. And then the next question is, if you need to help your neighbors, if you can, you help them. If you cannot, then we just tell them. So see whether they can help themselves.
This might be happen again. Nobody can guarantee that it won't be happen again. No, now, past is already in the past. Now explosion already happened. We know that the housing area is not supposed to build near to the pipeline area. But why there's a decision from the government that that place need to be rebuilt or repaired? We know that that place, particular area is not fit to stay anymore. So why they don't have any other solution on it?
To ask you, to answer you exactly, this house was built previously, beyond I think about 20 years ago, 30 years ago, before I came into picture. But again, the question is it any development of any residence areas goes through a process. The process is they have to make sure all the agencies sit together and go through a proper town planning in order for them to approve. Then again now, the question they will ask, is it within the buffer area, and then whether the place is saved, all the measures has been taken, and if at all, you see, generally nobody knows what's going to happen during it's an accident or anything, because here you see the houses have been built, 20 years has passed, there's no incidents happen, nobody knows that it can happen on after 30 years or 40 years. And the question now is, we know these things has happened, what are the moving forward? Then it's what they have said, it's an alarm call, or rather a wake up call for the government to say, hey, whatever measures that you have previously is not enough for us to build a future. All right, so that's where it's going to be a reform, or rather revamp of the entire policy decision in order for us to move forward. So this is an incident which has given us a lesson what are the steps we have to take in the future. Again, now you ask me why they have built that point of time. That point of time, they would have thought it's non-issue, and it's before I came into a picture. But the town plans, whether they follow the regulation, is the one that we have to look at it. As far as what he says is, the buffer period was given. If it's not pressured pipes or anything, it's 20 meters. If it's pressured, it's 200 meters. The next question we have to ask, whether this development has been built within 200 or lesser than that.
The place, we know that is not safe anymore. So why you need to rebuild or repair on that particular place instead of finding other solution on it? We are open for discussions. We are open for it. Am I right? I don't want to blame mother's story, grandmother. No, it's already in the past. I couldn't reverse the time. So we want a proactive solution.
I take note of your pain and all that. Again, you see, your needs would have been different with your neighbor's needs. Okay. So some will say, please, I want my house back, I've been paid everything and I have nowhere to go. It depends on a case-to-case basis. If you ask the question whether we can help, definitely I'm here open to help. The only problem now, if you have taken the steps in the court, matters which we want to discuss is only on the mediation side. So what you can do is, in order for me to mediate with Petronas or any government agencies, please do reach my office. I'm here. I'm really glad to help you all in calling both parties to sit down and find a solution for this. I have no problem with that.